Hey, 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 this is your recap Auntie. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shar. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. We are here to do a full recap of episode 172 of Beyond the Gates on CBS, the only black soap opera that's on now. I know it's not the first, but it set some leaps and bounds, honey. And we are so grateful that it's here. It's my favorite show in my world, okay? Don't argue with me about that. That's what I feel, okay? So how y'all doing? Auntie not feeling tipsy though. Y'all are still talking about that tipsy recap. And y'all are still giving. God knows. I thank y'all so much. And for those of you who don't give, Lord knows I you giving your time has been such a blessing to me. And if you can watch these ads, that'll even be better. Even if it's a talk about erectile dysfunction, or feeding your dog, anything, you just watch that shit all the way through. That's just as good. So if you can't give outside of your time, let the ads play. That'd be cool if you could do that. All right. But thank y'all. And like I said, on the next front porch, I will have the AI auntie read all of the donations that were given this week, monetary donations that were given this week. And then we will go ahead and read all of you guys's comments, because the comment is the content, baby. That's why I do the front porch. And y'all have been talking, 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 talking. No, I was going to say I might throw in reasonable doubt, but I don't have a lot of comments on those videos. Although the views are rising, it really is. So I appreciate y'all listening. It's a really great show. But anyway, we ain't talking about them, girl. We're talking about BTG, honey. Damn. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get this recap started. Hopefully, it's going to be a Good Friday episode. I saw like a little thumbnail on the TV of Anita and Leslie facing each other. So I do promise to have pictures in today's video. Yesterday, yeah, I already told you I had a visitor. My goal, I swear my goal was to put them pictures up there yesterday. I swear it was. But like I said, I ain't seen my boo in a while, because our schedules just get like that sometimes. If I'm doing a show or he's really busy and stuff like that, we get together and we make up for lost time. I mean, shit. My intention, I tell you, when I started that video yesterday at 2:30, I said so many, specific things that was going to put the pictures and the little videos in there like I did the last video. But honey, that man. I was like, okay, let me get this video done. Fuck them pictures. And that's exactly what I did. So today I promise, even if this video doesn't get up till Saturday, I'll be sure to make sure I sit my hips down and take pictures. Or if I see anything that's really awkward or silly or grand, I will be sure to include it in this video. Okay, I promise. I definitely promise. I don't know what all that wiping was on there. I know with this microphone situation, I guess if you hit something, you hear all this little shit. So I apologize if it was too much swiping and extra noise yesterday, because I do listen again to my stuff just to see if I didn't fuck up, which I always do. All right. Enough with the church announcement, Shar. Shit, these people ain't trying to listen to you talking about you and your main. They want to hear about what you got to say. All right, y'all. Love y'all, and let's go ahead and get this recap started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we see Nessa. We haven't seen Nessa in a while, and we see Nicole, Nessa, and her clink glasses. Nessa was like, "It's almost that time of year. How's Winterfest going, bestie?" Nicole says, "Wonderful. They drinking that little red drink." And Danny, Vanessa says, "I tried texting her when I heard about LA. It started as a business trip for a photo shoot for two," Nicole says. And Vanessa was like, "Girl, love how she parlayed it into something personal. I mean, let it be both. Business with a splash of pleasure," Vanessa says. Nicole was like, "Yeah, leave it to my sister to take a plan and remix that shit." Well, Vanessa says, "You didn't plan on your husband for a year, and God knows I didn't expect mine, so." "We have been through it," Nicole says. "But at least we have each other." Nicole. The girl just said that she still has a little bit of grief resting there. You're not gonna ask her how she's doing? Hopefully you will, Nicole. But yeah, y'all been through it. You sure have, but your husband is still here and still wants you, Nicole. I mean, Nessa says, proving it that if you have friends, you can survive anything, and they do a toast. How am I supposed to choose when all of these arrangements are extraordinary? We are at the palace. We see Laura's there. Is she dressed warm? That girl wears dresses, skirts everywhere she goes, but she is dressed warm. Lovely jacket, white top, mini skirt. And I don't know if this is the lady who is the event planner for the Winterfest, but Laura seems very happy in helping Miss Anita with this event. You have outdone yourself, she tells the event planner. Well, we are huge Winterfest fans. You know that, she says. And Laura, what do you think? Which should we select for the table? Oh, they're all so beautiful, Laura says. Oh, it's so hard to choose. I know. This attention to detail. I love what you do. I mean, it seems like Anita gets a little, hot in the panties when she talk about this damn Winterfest. Push pause. Go ahead, sis. You get your speaking role on here as the event planner for Winterfest. You better do that, honey. These extras is just popping up at the end of the year, ain't they? I love it. I love it. And making each centerpiece part of the auction is a wonderful solution. If you want that shit, bid high or go home empty handed. And what do you want these arrangements to say? The event planner said. I think we should have blossoms to signify our achievements and buds to represent our hopes and aspirations. And when those buds blossom, realizing their full potential in our donors' homes, I'm hoping that they'll recognize they've made an auspicious decision. You better speak, Anita. Go ahead, girl. Well, give me a couple of hours and I'll have some ideas for you. Now, while the lady was talking, they showed Laura typing through the iPad. That was a bad camera call. Whoever called that camera angle, y'all should have showed the lady talking instead of showing Laura giving a fake smile while she's taking notes. So didn't like that call. Well, I can't wait to see what you're going to do next, Anita says. Can you get back to us today? Laura says. I won't let you down, the lady says. You never have. So, if we're changing the centerpieces, Laura says, should we reconsider the colors of the table linens as well? That was a bad cut. What is going on with this direction today? What about it was like they showed a long shot of them talking and then it just cut real close to Laura. Let me pause this. Let me it's late. Let me get my maybe it's my brain. Yeah, it was an odd cut. I will put that footage in here. That was a really bad cut. So we hear Laura. She says, "What about the understudy for Danny at the live auction, just in case she books a photo shoot or something comes up?" That's what Laura be knowing everything. She be spilling all the tea. One of the things that I love about you, Laura, is that you're always so very diplomatic. And you are right. We should have a backup. Lord, don't let it be Leslie. With Danny, honey, you can always expect the unexpected. Well, do you have anyone in mind? Laura says. Well, it should be someone who can captivate the audience, who's funny, quick witted, effervescent, and one of a kind. Well, someone looking for me? That is Leslie's ass over there in their house. How did you get in there, girl? Did the lady let you in? She's so worse. Look at the bop, 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 bop. Hey. I just noticed the beginning, y'all, how when Carla, aka Danny, when she does her headshot, her hair is laying on her shoulder, but she uses her shoulder to move her hair back so it falls behind her shoulder. When I tell you that bitch is magical, she magical, honey. She is so super fucking magical. Okay, we at the hole in the wall, Joey and Randy. What you got for me? Joey asks Randy. Randy was like, well, the guy with the horse farm showed up. Yeah. We ain't seen him in a long time. Mr. Town and Country, Joey calls him. Randy was like, yeah, he is out there betting big tonight. Joey says, well, look, do me a favor. Invite him to the VIP table. See if he bites. And I wonder if you can clean something up for me, Joey asks Randy. Name it, Randy said. When was it when you met Mrs. Hamilton again? When I gave her a ride to the hospital, Randy says. I told you this, Joey. When was that exactly? Joey says. Randy says, at least a couple months ago. Uh-oh. He says, the reason why I asked is because the IT guys are experimenting with some new facial recognition software. And you'll never guess who popped up on the screen. Randy says, no fucking clue. Bill Hamilton's wife, Joey said. He says, and this was way before that tragic miscarriage when you said you accidentally met her. Remember? I don't know, Joey, Randy says. Maybe the software is buggy or something. Oh, Randy. The stories you tell. It must be exhausting to keep them all straight, right? So, how about you relax, have a seat, and clear some things up for me? Thank goodness. I had asked Naomi yesterday what happened to her husband. So we're at the country club. We see Naomi's there with Jacob, and we see Bill and Haley. They're all having a dinner for four. And don't you apologize for being late. You lead such busy lives. That is Haley telling that to Naomi and Jacob. We're just so glad that you can just fit us in. Bill tells Jacob, you looking good, man. You know, hey, Jacob says, I'm just trying to keep up with you, Pop. Whew. So, Bill says, what's going on? What's the tea? How y'all doing? Naomi says, I'm just thankful that we all could be here together and that Jacob actually has a night off. Well, it does mean a lot that you both have taken the time, Bill said. Anything exciting going on at the station? And y'all know she gonna mention about Isaiah, right? Let's see how her that eyebrow gonna jump this time. Always, Jacob says, but I don't want to bore you. Yeah, Naomi says, honey, let's leave the office at the office, all right? Have you guys gotten a chance to look at the menu yet? So he says he thought that they could start with this wonderful sparkling wine from Italy. He says him and Haley had that on their honeymoon. And Naomi was like, wait, you're not imbibing? Is this a happy occasion or are we celebrating? Oh, no, 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 no. Haley says, no, no siblings. Not yet. It never hurt to be prepared. Keep the house clean in case of guests, as it were. Well, yeah, I'm celebrating us, Bill says. Finally finding the time, coming together and just share a family meal. And I won't ask what threats or promises my husband has to make to get my favorite people to spend the evening with us. If it's criminal, lock me away with my man for life. And she's just rubbing on his old tree trunk arm and. But I knew you'd make it happen, baby. She is pinching his chin. Naomi was like, yeah, well, I'll always love you. Naomi continues and says, you know that nothing will ever change that, Dad. Well, he says, it's good to be reminded. The people that we love sometimes want things that we don't. And I don't know, you just adjust and move on. And so while he's saying that, you can see Jacob giving Naomi the side eye, like, you hear what your pops is saying. If this has something to do with mom's honeymoon, and as soon as she says that, he was starting to drink, and then he stopped drinking. He put that glass down, like, what? He got a lot of luggages under his eyes, too. Y'all ain't getting no sleep on this show. It's Leslie and Nicole and Bill. Y'all need to put some cucumbers under there, honey. He says, her what? I mean, you mean a business trip? She's doing some kind of photo shoot, right? Change of plans, Jacob said. Yeah, Naomi says. You know, Mom, it always starts off as one thing and it turned into something else. Sorry, Dad. So he looking concerned and Haley looking like this mother. Because remember, she saw them kissing weeks ago and she don't give a fuck. So, yeah. All right, we're back with the besties, Nicole and Vanessa. So Nicole tells Vanessa, okay, tell me everything. Okay, now you're showing empathy. Sorry if I hit the microphone, y'all. I'm sorry. She's showing empathy now. Tell me everything. Keeping busy as promised. I'm not going to listen to a lot of their conversation. I'm not going to. I should say I'm not going to recap it. We'll just see what they're talking about. If they say something profound, y'all already know what I'm going to do. So Vanessa tells her that she's keeping herself busy with doing some side projects. Y'all already know what that is. Donnell calls her every day to check up on her to see how she's doing. He's still grieving. And Deanna is having a hard time handling her schoolwork. So Nicole just offers to speak to her professors on her behalf to see if she would like to come home, until she gets everything settled in her psyche. Maybe come home for a semester or something like that. There's no timeline for graduating, Nicole says. Like, look, bitch, they need to keep their ass up there. They need to stick to it. All right? Don't come up here and fuck up my side hustle, baby. And I want them to learn that they need to stick to it. They don't need to just be dropping everything like that all the time. Get finished with it, please. So Vanessa says what they need is a family vacation just to get away, unwind, chill the fuck out. Yeah, that's a good idea, Nicole says. Remove all distractions. So Vanessa was like, why do I feel like there was some air quotes around distractions? She's like, oh, maybe because your imagination put them there. Ooh, girl, don't be sipping too much of that wine, girl. You that was a smart comment. I had said nothing about Joey, Nicole says. And Vanessa was like, yeah, because I know that you don't want to hear shit about him. Nor did anyone want to hear about a gambling ass surgeon with an affection for gambling and living on the edge. So yeah. Nicole just tells her she wishes that she would have spoke to her more about what she was going through. She says she understands that. She doesn't judge. People are multifaceted. I get that, baby. I get it. Thank you, Nicole. Vanessa says, and Nicole was like, look, I have so many patients who deals with gambling. They have an addiction. That's what makes my job so freaking fascinating. She says, I've seen what that addiction can do, and so have you, boo. And I don't give a fuck about Joey. I care about you. You're my friend. I love you. And I want you to know that whenever you need some help, bitch, you need me, you let me know. I'm not your responsibility. Stop, heifer. We're friends. And no matter what anybody says, Nicole says, I will never see Joy Armstrong as anything other than a fucking predator. That Haley Hamilton, baby. She is one hot little number, ain't she? We are back at the hole in the wall. This is Joey at that bar, pouring some brown, and Randy is sitting in the chair, looking suspicious. Remember, Haley wanted damn Joey when she came to town, but she set her sights on Bill. But she wanted Joey. He going on talking about a woman like that can turn a man inside out, can he, Randy? He starts taking stupid fucking chances. So you're saying that you don't recall ever seeing her here? I mean, this is all Joey talking. Randy ain't saying shit. Look, Joey, a lot of beautiful women come breezing through here, all right? Randy trying to be all cool and shit. I mean, how the fuck am I supposed to keep track of everyone, all right? Well, Joey says it's just really fucking interesting that you don't remember that because the footage clearly shows you and Mrs. Hamilton chatting it up at one of the roulette tables. I mean, run me that. Randy looked in the camera and was like, I don't know. I'm going to take that picture too. Joey was like, look, I don't know what you're up to, Randy. If you're having an affair, if you're not having an affair, but if you're involved with the wife of one of the DC's most powerful, your ass better watch your back. And you better make sure that none of that fucking fallout lands at my front door. Randy said, understood. Then he got up and tried to straighten out his jacket like he big and bad. Randy, sit your ass down, Randy. He tells Joey, says, Randy, if your line becomes a problem for me, you won't like the way it gets solved. All right. That sounds like a threat. How did the fuck did you get into my home? That's Anita addressing Leslie's ass. Why are you there? Well, she's there because of the Winterfest. We know. We know. Oh, well, your minions are so used to seeing me come and go. One of them was scurrying out, hands full. So I saw an opportunity. You're trespassing, bitch. You're trespassing. You're uninvited. Why are you at this lady's house? Y'all, I really, I said this shit yesterday. I really want this lady, her character to be better. Please, please. Although it looks like there's one still here and hard at work. Why in the fuck are you calling Laura a minion right in her face when you try to kill that girl? So is that the little lightning rod who's haunted by all that bad luck? I'm surprised that you even trust her. I mean, her very presence is treacherous. She is talking about the girl in her face. She's so petty. Why would you even talk real bad about a young girl? You arguing about with young girls like Kat. Now you talk about this young girl That's why I'm like, it just I don't like this character. I loved her in the beginning. Why are you talking? Why you a grown ass, almost 50 ass year old woman talking bad about this young girl? I don't even want to say this fucking line. Get thee behind me, minion. I don't like this script. The script is fucking dumb. Y'all know how passionate I am about acting, damn it. I'm an actress, damn it. I'm serious about my shit. I don't like that. I don't. Shall we pray? She want to grab hands with Anita and pray. And Laura looks scared of that bitch. She looks very afraid of her. When I tell you again, my stomach is in a figure eight. Girl, calm down, Shar. Calm down. Inhale, exhale. I love this actress, but they're making her look like a fucking clown, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Laura, why don't you go ask Rowena about the after school society? That's what Anita tells Laura. And so Laura is scared and she pretty much like skits around Leslie just to get out the door. Oh, she's such a timid little thing. Why the fuck are you here? Well, that's not very neighborly. Neither is the constant sound of construction coming from your lot. Oh, yeah, I had to double the workforce since the senator put a stop to the work that they were doing after hours, which also means press pause, she's spending more money. She's spending more money. I don't feel like that house is going to be completely built. They need it though, because I want to see how she would decorate it. I really do want to see how she would decorate it. But she's had to double the workforce, which means she had to spend money because she thinks that that money is going to keep coming into her account that Anita was depositing. Oh, you know that I'm no longer contributing to that trust, yes? Oh, don't worry about that. I'm still sitting pretty thanks to you. That trust just keeps on generating money. It's like the gift that just keeps on giving. Like me. I am here to offer myself as a tribute for Winterfest. Wherever would you find the time? Anita said. Oh, I will find the time after hearing that you're raising money in honor of my mother, the great Barbara Mitchell, originator of the articulates. Beautiful gesture. I agree, which is why I came up with it. Thank you for your offer of assistance, but I am pleased to say that we are booked solid for volunteers. But how is that? That there is no crucial role for Barbara's orphan child. You're sorry about what exactly? We're back at the country club with Haley talking to Naomi about the apology about talking about Danny's honeymoon. I mean, you're just trying to derail this evening your father arranged. I mean, trying to break his heart? Or was this just to make me feel bad, Naomi? Haley, look, please don't. No, 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 she says. I have the right to know why she brought her misery to this family gathering. Haley, I'm a part of this family now, Naomi. We've noted your dissatisfaction long time ago. It's time you move on. Bill, like, okay. I was really hoping that we could have a nice, quiet evening. Bill and I are thrilled that Danny and Andre are enjoying their bliss. Bill does not like that shit. Well, of course you're happy, Naomi says, because mom's no longer a threat to you. Girl, you don't know, honey. Okay, Bill says. Look, Haley and I are joined in wishing the newlyweds best of luck, okay? In fact, it plays into our new family motto. Ooh, he says if you want a fruitful sex life, keep a happy ex-wife. Bars. Yeah, okay, Naomi says you could have kept that private. That's definitely not a saying. He says the only person that's swinging clubs of any kind in in my office these past few months is yours truly, thanks to Andre. Uh-oh, Naomi says, does this mean that you're calling off the private detective? Why? I told Jacob that you hired somebody to dig through Andre's past. Yeah. We don't keep secrets from each other, Naomi says. Well, at least I don't. Then she looked at Jacob. When I tell you Naomi has changed, she's a bitch. Haley looking at Bill and Bill looking like, ooh, nigga. Speaking of honeymoons, This is Haley. Is our favorite nurse set to launch? Jacob says, Ashley? Is that what you're talking about? Jacob says, things didn't work out. I just got an email that Disney has worked out a deal with YouTube TV. Yay, they are back. But they still gave us a $20 credit for our YouTube TV until December the 9th. So I already claimed mine. So y'all better give me my $20 off this bill now. Now I can look at ABC and Good Morning America and everything on ABC that I normally watch. I only watch Beyond the Gates on CBS. So I'm really happy to be back there. All right, let's go. She and Derek called things off, Jacob said. Bill says, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Ooh, Haley looks at Bill and says, well, that's 50 for me. I guess they made a bet about it. Oh, she's kidding. No, I'm not, honey. We made a bet. Ooh, she's real talkative now. She says they work on paper. The fireman and the nurse, ripped from the romantic comedy category of rom-com. But out of wheelchair, honey, child, please. That is true. That is true. I guess Derek was really looking through romantic eyes. She did the right thing. She'd been signing on for a life of drudgery and misery. Naomi was like, so you're saying that you were ready to skip town when my father was hospitalized? This camera angle has really been cool. Like when it came back from the commercial, when Haley was asking about Ashley, it was all like level, like table level. It's not like high above like they normally do. It's like they have this whatever type of camera that is, that it's like a constant movement of motion. It's really cool. It makes it seem like you're sitting right there at the table with them. I really like that. So the idea of taking care of him in sickness and in health, were they just words to you? Bill says, of course not, chicken butt. I'm sorry. Chicken, whatever. Just making conversation, Haley said. Ooh, he said, a canceled wedding is less expensive than a divorce. Wow, true. Tis true, Bill Hamilton. Tis true. He was like, he must have put her through a special kind of hell, honey. Ooh, Jacob says, I think that he felt that she wasn't fully committed to him. Naomi, it doesn't make what he did okay, all right? I didn't say that, Naomi. He was wrong. Okay, as long as you know that shit. Uh-oh, here we go. Bill says, well, is your little brother still around? The Hetty look like, let me put him on my plate. Oh, he says Isaiah's single. Maybe you can set him up with Ashley. Nah, you can forget that. Haley says. They looking like, how the fuck you know? They looking at her, everybody looking like, bitch. She said, because they just broke up a hot second ago. That's why. And an engagement at that. That takes time to heal. True. True, true, true. Naomi was like, yeah, that's true. And besides, that's Derek's complete opposite, Haley says. Jacob was like, wait a minute, you know my bro? I didn't realize you did. Our volunteers have been doing this work for decades. We're back at the palace with Leslie and Anita. And as I said, we are fully staffed. How about you can continue to think about some things that I can do? Then I can think about some things, and then together, honey, no, we can come up with something. Oh, magnificent. Well, I'm sure this probably won't interest you since it will require you sharing your wealth, but we're always in need of sponsors. Now, that has got pizzazz. Okay, will there be a special reception, meet and greet, perks? Your name will get a star next to it in the program. But what do I get? That warm feeling that comes from knowing you performed a good deed. That'll be a new sensation. Yes. Why she keeps saying yes to her like she doesn't understand English? Well, we're back at Uptown and we see Martin. Mom, Martin, I was just thinking about you, honey bunny. I've heard from Samantha. Seems things have turned around for the better. Yeah. If that's a nudge for me to stop being so overprotective, yes. There's no chance on that, honey. But Smitty has been helping me take a softer path, which it's working. So far, Nicole says, oh, wait a minute. You think you got one thing right, honey? And it's just going to be cruise control? Honey, adorable. He says he keeps forgetting that there's different phases. She says, once a child tests their limits with you, baby, coincidentally, right around their first steps, it never fucking stops. Your ass must be talking about Catherine, because I was a golden child, honey. I want the knife. Give me the knife, please. As y'all can tell, I was a TV movie buff If you know who said that line, who said that line? If you know movies, who said that line? And you're an old school head like me. Who said it? Put it in the comments below. Put it in the comments below. He says problem free and a joy to behold. Nicole started looking around like, who is he? Who are there members of the press lurking around here? Is that why you're reciting this storybook version of your childhood, honey? You and Smitty are showing the kids what it's like to have a successful, functioning relationship. Plus all the bumps and bruises, he says. She said, honey, it is important they have to see that loving is not easy because we all make mistakes, honey. Okay, we're not going to go through all this. Let's see what else they're talking about. If not, we got to go to the next scene. So she says she's very proud of him. He's talking about he's still the favorite child other than Kat. He can't wait to tell her. Yeah, you do need to talk to Kat because you talked to her like she was a piece of shit. Another new face, couple of new faces. We're at the hole in the wall. So Vanessa sees Steve there. I guess that's the VIP guy that they wanted to try to see if he can become this big shark. He says that's his favorite realtor. Good to see you. So what are they going to talk about? So he knew Doug too. He says him and his wife Jenny were devastated and he sent flowers. She says she got those too. All right, cool. Small talk. So she says, speaking of Jenny, I need to catch up with her. He was like, yeah, she's been busy too with the house and the horses. Yeah, but it's overdue. She's like, yeah. He was like, look, but you tell her that, you hook up with her, talk with her. Don't tell her that you saw me here, all right? She actually thinks I'm out bowling with the guy. So it looks like he got a loan from the casino. Talking about you can't win them all. So you know how that goes. She was like, yeah, okay. He was like, you know how that goes. She says, I do, which is the reason why I needed to give you some advice. And so now she's overstepping her boundaries because Joey, he wants him there to spend. He got rid of Doug. Now you got another big spender. Now she's doing way too much, girl. Stay in your lane, Vanessa. That was a quick cut too. Seemed like a lot of these episodes today were like pieced together. That's why I'm not getting like a good flow of each scene. Even if it like in one scene, the choppiness of it. It's like they went from her talking to him and then they just went straight to where Nicole and Martin are. It's just the editing is real bad. It's real bad. Then we just go, which is why I need to give you some advice from Vanessa. Speaking of Cat, it was just very, I don't know. That was an odd place to end. I don't know. This episode is all over the place. Or maybe it's just me. I gotta go check and see if my takeout order is ready. That's what Martin wants to avoid talking about Cat. So Nicole was like, well, how in the fuck are we gonna rectify this relationship? We have to tell Kat that she has to remember that my daughter is a minor and shield her from all of those damn adult conversations. The bitch is 30, girl. Oh my God, I was just talking with someone about the importance of providing people grace and making mistakes. Who was that? Nicole saying. Who was that? Mom, she gets away with murder. Look, she is not Annalise Keaton, okay? Although she could be a real fucking detective like Annalise. They just put her detective business on the back burner, didn't they? Damn, I mean she was really fucking good. Now she's all focused on purses and pings, but they just put her detective skills on the back burner. Y'all got to do the follow through better, y'all. Hopefully, the season number 2 will be better. We got about what 30 something more seasons to go before episode 200 comes for season 2. You accused her of being a bad influence on Samantha. That's really bad. Look, that's older child syndrome. Martin says, "Look, I made all of the apologies and I get none of the forgiveness." Yes, I mean lecture me on being the older child. Okay, it sounds very harrowing. Older child in the house right here too. So they're talking about Winterfest, catching up. She's helping everybody on the side. And I guess Smitty has this awful, nasty ass Christmas pie. So he's asking his mama to help him talk about it. I feel like this episode just it's just like I don't feel like it. Y'all pray for Auntie. I mean, y'all like, sure, I don't know what's your problem. It looked like it flowed good to me. I don't know. It's just so choppy today. So he wants her to come Christmas Day with the pecan pie, and I guess Smitty's pie tastes like shit. So They're trying to figure out how can they tell him. How bad is it, y'all? Martin is so desperate that he don't want that pie that he wants his mama to stay over the night before, start cooking her pie, so that Smitty won't even feel like he needs to make it. All right, next scene, y'all. So she's gonna bring her pie and her Kit Kat over there. Of course, I am eager to share my bounty. We're back at the palace with Anita and Leslie. Here we go with a hard cut again. Who directed this episode? I know you're like, Shar, get through it. I'm trying. I'm only halfway through this shit. Oh, these hard cuts are bad. Oh, put me down for a sponsorship. That was a really bad edit. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I need to look at this show as a fan, not as a creative. I've never done TV and film before, but I know what I see. And I saw what I saw. And this is like the third choppy edit that they try to do a lot different stuff in this particular episode. I don't like it. Mm-mm. And the star. She wants a star. And she wants a fucking partnership. Sponsorship. This is what Leslie wants. Because Leslie's Thomas generosity knows no end. She talking all that bullshit about Anita's money keeps giving. She's going to be giving. She's going to give herself out. I promise you that. Bill said that a long time ago. Oh, she's going to go broke because it's new money. She don't know how she thinks that the well would never run dry, but it will. Oh no, I think it ends right there, Anita said. No need for any more help. And let you hog all the endorphin? No. I will be thinking of other ways to lend my services. Now she's a fucking good salesperson because she's definitely don't know how to take no as an answer. And if you think of anything else, you know where to find me. I'll follow the noise, girl. Night to night. And as she's leaving, Laura comes back into the foyer. Boo! She scared the shit out of Laura. That was so fucking corny. So Anita goes to Laura and asks her if she's okay. The only solid scenes that was smooth and seamless was the casino scene. It's been pretty seamless, but I'm still watching it. But the different angles in the country club, like I told you, it was like eye level, then it was above. But these choppy scenes, I don't even want to share no picture because did I even comment on anybody's outfit? I did Laura, so I'll put her up there, but not nobody else. It's just. I'm gonna do a little bit of pictures, but it won't be a lot. It won't be a lot. And I promise, I'm not getting bored with this show, y'all. It's just that, I mean, I'm sitting here recapping. Of course, I'm going to recap, but I can't help but see it with the critique too. And you know how you have some people out here who can't stand this show, and they're the black people, white people. There's a lot of people who do not like this show, and there's a lot of people who have not seen this show. So, and I have to look at it with the creative eye. Unfortunately, ever since I became an actress, I cannot look at stuff without looking at it with the creative eye. And I know y'all like, Auntie, you ain't got to explain. I'm not trying to explain. I'm just like they this. I mean, you could tell when some episodes are just fillers, and I think this is a really bad filler. I just think the transitions were not good. It was very choppy. I don't know. I can't unless it's a really fucking dope ending. I Right now I'm at a 2.5 frames. The maximum I'm always give is like 5 frames because I wear glasses, so I do eyeglass frames. And it's just a disappointing episode to me. It really is. Because I would have loved to see Danny and Andre go on their honeymoon. Hopefully maybe they'll do that next week. Um, Catching up with Derek and the girl who was kissing him and seeing how that turned around, Ted and Shanice. Like, I mean, of course those are items I'm going to see, and of course you can't squeeze it all in one show. But whoever directed this episode did bad. I'm sorry, they got the job. I don't, but it wasn't bad, or it was a filler, and they just chopped all these different episodes into one. It's just not good. So after the chip guy left, we're back at the hole in the wall. So the gambling guy left, so Vanessa tells Steve, "Look, we don't have much time." He says, "Look, Vanessa, I told you earlier, really truly sorry for your loss, but I'm not an addict." And that's how they always start. He says he's not an addict. That's how Doug was. Doug said the same thing, that he was not no fucking addict. She said, "That's a relief. There's hope for you if you're only doing this shit because it's fun." On the money, he says. She says, "The kind of fun that you have alone, right?" Because the wife, right? She wouldn't understand, right? You get it. Secret things, right? And you could tell she's having a breakdown. We're not gonna go back and forth because they're having a really short conversation dialogue. But she's like, she sees how Doug probably got started, and it's right. It's like literally standing there in her face. So she pretty much, says that his wife is home, and she thinks that he's bowling, and it's how great of her to allow you to have this extra marital life. He was like, "So what's your point?" She's like, "Look, it took a lot for you to make that horse farm dream come true, okay? A few bad bets and he could lose all his shit. He needs to spend time at home with his wife because every minute that he's there at that damn casino, you're one step closer to losing everything for good." Now, again, Joey had his mind set on him because he's a big spender. He's a farm guy and he wanted him there so he can get all his money. But she's cock blocking, and I'm sure he's not gonna like that shit. So Joey comes in like, "Oh, hey, all right. So did you get that advance?" And so Steve was like, "Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna use it." "Ah, the night's just getting started," Joey says. And Steve was like, "I changed my mind. I'm going home." "Let me buy you a real drink," Joey says. "Oh no," Steve says. It's fine. I'm gonna go home right now and spend some time with my wife tonight." And he skedaddles, honey. He skedaddles. If Vanessa keeps running all the big spenders out, he ain't gonna like that shit. So the dealer's back there watching. And Joy says, "I hear that it's been story time here all night long, and all of a sudden you ain't got shit to say." She says, "Well, the dealer has a big mouth. Talk to him." And he's back there in the background looking at her like, "Bitch, I heard you. I'd rather make you talk," he says. "All right, catch your breath." Now, see, that was a really good cut. Anita is there at the palace trying to give Laura something to help calm her nerves. She is scared of that bitch, and I don't blame you, Laura. I really don't blame you, girl. "This is my job," Laura says. "I'm supposed to bring you tea." "Well, the next time I have the scare of my life, I'll let you brew me some chamomile." "Oh, I shouldn't have let Leslie scare me like that." "She shouldn't have tried." Here's my point. Grown woman taunting you like that. Right. Leslie's a grown ass, gray wolf pussy ass woman, and she's bullying this girl. She grown. I was like, this episode is so disappointing. Oh, it's maybe that's why I'm like not feeling these choppy edits and shit. Cause that whole "let us pray, get thee behind me, minion," boo, all that corny shit. She should be ashamed of herself, Anita says. Laura says, "I need to get used to having Leslie around. Since she's in the neighborhood, I just can't scurry off into hiding every time she shows up. I still can't believe that she's still walking around here free. They never found any evidence to prove that what she did to me." Everybody be saying justice for Laura. Y'all say that in the chat. Justice for Laura. Please. "She drove you off the road, put you out of work, and caused your cardiac arrest when you was in the hospital. I can't go to police because I get bad vibes from a bully. I'll be stronger." She looks so scared. I know that Jasmine be like, "Justice for Laura." Y'all be saying it. Y'all say that shit today. We need justice for this child because she's scared. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I didn't pay much attention to it, but it's really coming to the forefront now. Leslie is a fucking bully. We do need justice for Laura. I don't even think I've ever said that before, but yeah, justice for Laura. Like fucking justice for Laura. She needs it because Leslie is a bully. She's a grown ass woman booing that girl and just being so mean. And now this girl is just like nervous around her. And so Anita tells Laura that she doesn't have to go through that alone. "You have family right here to fight back with you, baby girl." And she did all that running off the road and killing a girl just for some D from Ted. That's what I'm like, Eva, you don't I know y'all tired of me talking about this girl. Eva, you don't see that your mother is unstable? This lady is crazy. She's cuckoo. She's not just, just living in her imagination. This lady is, she tried to kill somebody, and more than likely, she probably killed her husband. All right, well, we are at Uptown, and we see Isaiah with a Z, and he runs into Martin. Congressman Richardson. And hi, and you are? Glad to be forgotten. Oh, I'm Jacob Hawthorne. I'm sorry, I'm Isaiah Hawthorne. Oh, not Jacob's little brother, Martin says. One and the same. Yeah, I remember you from Jacob's wedding. Oh, well, I've done some maturing since that night. He was like, yeah, I remember the altercation. Damn, that must have been a bad wedding. Y'all gonna have to rewind that so we can see what happened at that damn wedding. See, now they just threw Isaiah into this whole scene, meeting Martin. And we're like, we still got like about 20 minutes left. So Isaiah tells him that what brings him back to town is that he's a counselor at Banneker, and he asked Martin, does he ever use students at his office? Does he ever use Banneker students at his office? And and Martin says yes, he does. Not all poli sci majors. So Isaiah says, well, maybe we can have a standing pipeline. So Martin says, tell me more. Anyway, we're back at the country club, and Jacob says, thanks for dinner. Yeah, I'm glad you can make it, Bill says. It's been way too long. Oh, if you're interested, our new project. So she looked through her phone and shows them something. So that's what Haley shows them. Until we have baby pictures around, these would have to do. Naomi was like, it's a slideshow. Our new place in St. Bart's, Haley said. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that things are going well at the office, Dad. Oh, you know me. I can't stop help making my girls happy. Jacob says, so when does Naomi get her house in the islands? He said, as soon as you fit the bill, motherfucker. Well, he did tell me something that I liked. And then Naomi says, and you went as big as you could be. I wanted an experience. Yeah, yeah, Bill says. And yeah, there was plenty of room for all of us. The two of you, Chelsea and Madison, yeah. And we hope to be adding another. Wouldn't that be fun, Naomi? A new sibling for you, boo? So while Naomi had Haley's phone, a text came through. So Naomi and Jacob saw it. I'll take that. Haley says. And so Naomi took her time giving her back the phone. I just can't take my eyes off the property. But they saw a text come through. A really, really great purchase, Naomi says. And Haley was like, oh, I really fell in love the moment I saw it. Just say the word, Jacob says, and we'll be right there. You know what? Yeah, that's a great idea. Bill says, yeah, get the whole family on the private jet. Make it a real Hamilton Hawthorne experience. Maybe we could talk about it over dessert. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for the gesture, but we love to, but Jacob has to be up early. It was wonderful spending time with you, she said. We should do this again soon. I think that when Naomi tapped Jacob on the leg, because they both saw that text, he was like, yeah, I got that message, bitch. Yeah, I ain't got to get up early, but did you see what I see? See, as soon as they went into the lobby, she said, tell me you saw that shit. The text that flew across the screen? Yes. It was too fast to read. What'd I miss? She says she has a pharmacy. There was a pharmacy, and she has a prescription ready for pickup. And Naomi says, and I recognize those damn abbreviations. What she got waiting, boo? Something scandalous? Well, for someone who's trying to start a family, it's unthinkable, Jacob. What's happening? She says, not a baby, nigga. Not anytime soon, honey. Haley, who is so desperate to give me a fucking sibling, is on the fucking pill. And I'm so glad she saw that. Now I'm starting to perk up. That was a great scene. That was a really great scene. Thank goodness. So we're back at Uptown. Damn, I keep mixing up these names. Martin tells Isaiah that Tyrell is applying to go to Banneker. So as Isaiah has all these ideas for the students to maybe work and volunteer at the political office. Oh my God, how did Leslie get over here now? Isaiah and Martin are talking, and she just comes up to hi there, stranger. I was just with your grandmother, and she invited me to be a sponsor at Winterfest. That time of the year, Martin says, we are always looking for sponsors. How did she get over there Why does she didn't even say, excuse me? Excuse me, Martin. He was like, don't look my way, honey. I just got back. Let me just settle in first. And Leslie's looking at him. Speaking of donations, she's looking at him like he's a piece of shit. Looks at Martin. I would love to host a fundraiser for your next campaign, Martin, at my new abode. You don't have to do that, Martin. Oh, no, no, no. I want to. You have been such a wonderful, sweet brother to my Eva. Isaiah's looking like, oh, that's the crazy bitch that Eva was talking about. Yeah, from day one, Kat has been using her as a client post. Um, Isaiah was like, excuse me, I'm sorry to butt in, but you said Eva? Brown skin with the big curly hair? Yes, yes, that's my Eva. We haven't been introduced. She puts out her hand. He's like, forgive me. Leslie, Isaiah. This is Martin giving them a formal introduction. Isaiah. Isaiah. Well. Okay. That woman is a sociopath. We're at the palace, and Nicole makes it over there to see her mammy. Strolling into my foyer, going out of her way to frighten Laura, as if the bitch hadn't terrorized that girl enough. Poor Laura. Is that why you called me over, Mother? Do you need me to talk to that bitch or talk to Laura? No, I'm the one that needs your help, honey, because if we don't do something, Leslie Thomas is going to ruin Winterfest. But I did offer her a sponsorship. Oh no, that's not enough for that bitch. Because we're honoring her mother. What can we do? Nicole says. Legally. This private security firm. We can turn her away at the door. They can keep her ass for even getting to the fucking door. You know we can't do that, Mother. You just offered her a sponsorship. Come on, Nicole. Work with me, girl. There is one way out, Nicole said, but you're not going to like it. Mother, don't you dare. You already know. No, I am not doing that shit. This is the biggest fundraiser of the season, girl. If you exclude her, she will see it as you condemning her character. And you know her ass just won't show up. She will show the fuck out in the loudest and the most embarrassing way. She just won't be a damn nuisance. She'll decimate an event that hundreds of people have worked tirelessly for to make it a success. She's done that shit before. We have no other choice, Anita says. Do it for Winterfest, Nicole says. But what about Laura? How the fuck do we protect her from Eveline? Isn't there anything that Leslie can do to keep her out of the way, but also won't create chaos? Which she invariably does something inappropriate? Are you sure, child, there's not a better option? Nicole just shook her fucking head. Now we getting there. We getting good now. The second half is I'm liking it. I'm liking it. You've accomplished nothing. Wow. We are back at the hole in the wall, and this is what Joey has said to Ness. Steve will be back within a week, he says. Maybe. He says, oh, it's a sure thing. You've already made a small fortune off the man, Joey. You said that you wanted to help me run my business. Now you didn't say into the ground. Isn't there a way to run the business without preying on people who have an addiction issue? Well, I wonder what that would look like, he says. Such a smart ass. Instead of a bouncer, I could put a nice therapist to screen people at the door. Maybe I should start taking health insurance, he says as he sips his brown again. I'm serious, Vanessa says. And I'm trying to be kind, Joey says. She's like, you're a good man, Joey. He's a shit. Don't let that get around. I've seen you. When you care about someone, you look out for them. Your mother, Donnell, I've seen you. You've seen too much, he says. I know you care about me. There are limits, Vanessa. I like you. You know that. And I'm tired of caring about men, but hating what they do. My children still don't understand how any of this happened with their father. And neither do I. I can't say neither. I did say it, yeah. He said people are complicated. Make this part simple for me. Don't you feel even a little responsible for what happened to Doug? DC is my hometown. We see Isaiah and Leslie sitting down at Uptown having a conversation. Mm, prodigal son returned. Went away, well, not quite. I went away to continue my education and then launched my career. Now that career has brought me back. Career? So what are you, a lawyer, doctor, rocket scientist? Well, no, I'm in education, he says. I'm going to be, advising students at Banneker next semester. Oh, so you teach other people how to be successful. Yeah, well, I guess. Yeah, I hope young people find their calling. So yes, yes. So her phone starts to buzz and she's like, "Oh, oh, excuse me, I need to take this." She getting up with her tight ass jeans and shit on. Why, yes. Hello, this is Leslie Thomas. How may I be of assistance? Leslie, bitch, you know who the fuck this is. She did this whole introduction instead of her just saying hello. Well, hello, this is Leslie Thomas, and how may I be of assistance? Girl, Anita was like, bitch, you know who the fuck this is. Why, hello, Miss Anita Dupree. It's so good to hear from you. It does seem that we do have our hands full managing so many moving parts for Winterfest. And you realize that I can do more than just write a big fat check. I'm still ironing out the details, but if your offer still stands, we would love to have your help in a more official capacity. Oh, Anita. Oh, Nita, this is going to be the celebration of the century, okay? And you will not regret it. Thank you. Make sure I don't. Talk to you later. When I tap that girl, her panties is probably wet from that. She is so happy. Work it, Leslie. Go, girl. See, ow, 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 ow. You gonna call your dad? For what? We're back at what do we call Jacob and Naomi's little motel suite? And so Naomi was like, for what? To tell him his wife is lying to him about having a baby. Naomi's like, oh no, honey, no, I'm staying out of that shit. So you're just gonna let Haley play your dad? Look, she says, look, I get no pleasure out of being right about her ass. She will break my father's heart. She really will, and she gonna kill him too. She already is. He just doesn't know that shit yet. Look, just tell him. He has the right to know the truth. Uh-oh. Oh, so now you're rooting for transparency in a marriage. Come on, Naomi. Stick to the subject, boo. I'm just trying to keep up. I told Derek 100 fucking times to come clean. And just so that I could keep up. You're cool with Haley lying to your dad, huh? If it'll make you feel better, she tells him, go for it. Tell my dad about the birth control. But if I know anything about Haley's ass, she is shining up her halo and add yet another layer of concealer to her image as we speak. So we're back at Hale Hamilton's match. Hey, so he was taking off her, she loved to wear that old heavy ass fur coat, no matter what time of season it is. Oh, baby, I thought that you would be, on cloud nine after spending time with Naomi again. Well, they was arguing the whole time, Bill. She says, not exactly. Someone else was missing. Our baby, he says. She says, I can't forget. We were so happy, remember? And I want that again as soon as we can. Baby, as soon as your doctor gives us the go ahead, and that fake ass doctor, that lady looks so sincere. She looked so sincere. That lady was just as fake as Haley's wig. Yeah, with my hormones still out of balance, it feels like an eternity. All right, okay, he says. So what's the plan? I hate that medication. I mean, even though it can help us make a family, it means it'll take even longer for us to make that happen. I mean, it's just a temporary thing, right? He says. I mean, it sounds so crazy. She says, taking birth control pills to fix my hormones when all I want to do is have our baby. So she knew that they saw that damn birth control. So she had to confess. Oh, he says, so that's what it is. Birth control pills. It feels like the universe is conspiring against us, Bill. He says, hey, hey, listen now. We have plenty of time to make a family, all right? But another delay? Look, it just gives us time to feather your nest, all right? Oh, how sweet. Here and at the new house in St. Bart's. I can't hardly wait to get there. He said, yeah, yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and focus on that trip, all right, baby? Christening every room, enjoying each other as a couple. Because I'm telling you, when that baby comes along, honey, he's going to have all your time and attention. And me, hell, I'll just be playing the second fiddle. I've waited all my life for someone like you, Bill. No one would ever mean more to me than you. Never forget that. So she gives him a hug, and so we're back at the hole in the wall. I hate to see you like this. My heart aches for your kids, Joey tells us to Vanessa. She was like, wait a minute, so nothing on your body is aching for me? This casino exists for entertainment purposes only, he said. Anyone is welcome to walk through those doors, but they'll have to pay. Everything has a price, Vanessa. Now, does everyone make good choices? That is not for me to say, and I'm not responsible for the consequences, any more than you're responsible for the marriage of the people who use our escort services. The quality and lifespan of those marriages will be enhanced. Really, Vanessa, you really believe that shit? And some people leave richer than when they arrived without my interference. So what I'm hearing is that I need to keep my hands out of people's private affairs. He says, well, you just should be able to put your hands to better use. He says, don't make me ban you, Vanessa. You would never. Seeing me in the middle of the night across the room, wanting me. You're addicted. He said, oh, well, if I didn't love you. Wait, what? What did he say? What? One more time, honey. Make my diamonds sparkle. I didn't say anything. You said you love me. I said you frustrate me. You drive me crazy. You're a distraction that I can't seem to do without these days. But I have to do some work. So he leaves, and that is the end of episode number 172. I did my enough complaining on this fucking audio, but I see what I see, and I saw what I saw. So let's go to see what's going to happen on next week's episodes of BTG. So we see Danny and Andre with their robes and bad. To my wife, I love you, he says. She says, I love you too. So we see Anita and Vernon at the country club. So, are you going to tell me what this little secret is? Or do I have to start guessing? And you know how vivid my imagination is. Well, not as vivid as Leslie, so I don't know what else to turn. I don't know if you're going to keep going around here dropping matches and acting surprised when fire starts. That's Ted and Leslie talking. I wish your mother had gotten rid of you because we'd all be living our best life. If you had never been born, bitch. That's Kat telling that to Eva. Damn. And now we see Haley's hands again dropping more poison. One small dose for Bill and one giant leap toward a $10 billion payout for Haley. As she was saying that, Naomi was walking into her ass, making that fucking confession. And that's it. Next week is going to be pretty dope. Today's episode, I don't like the buffoonery that they have for the character of Leslie Thomas. I did not like it at all today. Did not like it. Did not like it at all. Like I said, I'm just waiting for them to change her character. I mean, I know that she's trying to give money, but I think she's going to give out. She's going to definitely be all given out because she's writing all these huge big checks, and I don't think that she's keeping count. She hasn't. We haven't seen her meet with an accountant at all. We've seen an accountant give her first check, but that was it. Does she have an accountant? Does she have an accounting team? I don't think that she's literally manning her money the way she should. I don't think so. So anyway, let me go ahead and get this edited. I'm gonna try to put a little few pictures up. I just was not all that, impressed with today's episode with the quick chops and stuff. It just did not please me. So well, hopefully next week will be better. Y'all have a safe weekend. I will definitely have the front porch talk up before the end of the weekend and read you guys' crazy ass, funny ass comments. And I love them all. And I love you as well. Y'all be safe, be careful, and I see y'all in the next video. Bye.